Can Foodie Beauty grift her way back to Canada in time for the holidays? Is Sala finally getting for real married? Is the separation arc real or just more manufactured drama? I'll answer none of these questions and more coming up. Hey y'all, I'm back, and just like Sala wishing queen bees are the best, I'll try my hardest to sound sincere, even if I did sell my soul to the internet in 1998. This weekend, Chantal teased a full-on separation arc, which I reckon is the appropriate choice of words since you have to be legally married for it to be called a divorce. This announcement, delivered with a level of chill that is completely unprecedented for a mid-breakup Foodie Beauty, came with a plea for help totaling approximately 10,000 smackers Canadian. We were also treated to the usual dismissal when some folks suggested more appropriate or transparent fundraising avenues than the Beezers sending supers or friends and family PayPal. In an unfortunate plot twist literally anyone could have seen coming, GoFundMe is a no-go in Syria due to sanctions, something our research and international girl apparently only found out as she was in the process of setting one up. Foodie briefly floated the idea of asking her mother back in Canada to set up a GoFundMe for her, but that would be such a bother for her dear old Smee. We wouldn't want to pester her with helping her get her eldest child home safe from a war-torn foreign country and failed relationship. Best just ask your audience to fund this mess instead, Chantal. A short-lived PayPal fundraiser was posted and promptly nuked when the hater dollars started coming in, along with some non-coddling comments. You'd think Foodie Beauty of all people would know that at the end of the day, a hate dollar spends the same as a love dollar, but here we are. Possibly due to a case of the blahs, or possibly due to a case of being a bad actor, Foodie chose to share the separation news off camera, opting for her Lost in the Void podcast style that makes my skull itch. So I tried to dress up our highlights a little. I do hope y'all like it. I hope everyone's holding up okay and finding ways to manage their grief. I, for one, have gone into full mourning due to the sad news of the demise of the greatest international love story that was ever told. But let's hear it from Chantal. They are apparently separating, so she says.
I don't feel like being on camera. I feel too blah. I think I'm gonna go off camera. Not clickbait. It's gonna seem like impulsive
It's not clickbait, it's just a grift.
and like out of the blue for you guys because I've really been I tried so hard. Because yeah, like you don't really see our day-to-day together, you know. I mean, you do sometimes. I mean, we have like gotten in arguments and stuff, but it's just that it's not anything to do with like I'm not. It's not like. It's just we're not really working out. We're not.
No. I'm shocked. Leave me a comment and tell me if you're shocked. Are you shocked? I, for one, am shocked.
Compatible, like, you know, maybe people saw it coming, fair enough, you know, it's just
I certainly didn't. I'm shaken to the core by this news.
I wanted to give it a really good shot because, you know, there is love there, obviously.
Well, because you thought there was money there, obviously, and, you were being claimed.
But, no, I don't want any mean comments about Salah whatsoever. It's
Not until she tells you. Y'all, hold your mean comments about Sala until Foodie says it's okay to make mean comments about Sala. You'll know when she starts making mean comments, and also people don't get blocked. Now, we may end up in a situation where she's allowed to make mean comments, but if you do, you get blocked. So just Beezers beware. You'll know when she tells you, and also you see your compatriots not getting blocked for following suit. Just hold back, hang back. Let Tracy and Teardrop and the ones who know how to take a few punches and bounce back and get remodded somehow, Tracy. Let them test the waters first with Badmouth and Sala once Foodie starts Badmouth and Sala, but not before.
just that it's not him. It's not him. It's more of like a cultural differences that are just really.
It's the culture, y'all. It's not that he's a romance scamming POS, and it's not that she is happy to be a mark in order to be claimed by a man on the internet. It's not that. It's the cultural differences.
I don't feel like myself. Like no matter how hard I try, I realize that in order to like make the marriage
Didn't we just do this in Kuwait? You had to be free, and then you went to Syria. Now look at you.
work, I'll have to assimilate into something I don't feel that I am. I mean, it's not that I need time to adapt because I think I've given it a fair go. It's been like 3 years.
Time alone does not constitute effort. Everywhere you've gone, you've done the best you can to cobble together some semblance of your Canadian life. How is that trying to assimilate? I don't know. Whatever. Carry on now.
That's the thing. I have to change a lot about myself. And some things I welcome change, some things that were not very good for me. It's just that, like, I find every day I kind of like, for example, I'll just be in the bathroom and I'll be looking at my Bath and Body Works and like Western products, and I'll be like, I really just want to leave, get in a car and go and like do something by myself. I can't, like, I don't feel like I have like, these are like the same issues. Like, and then I moved back to Canada already, remember? Yeah, and I've changed my mind. And that's the problem. Like, last time I moved, I got kind of like freaked out because I went through a lot of stress, which is like my fault for like showing my apartment, but there's a lot of stressful things that, make me not want to really like go back there. So it's not really like a bad separation. It's just like we're kind of at each other's throats more. And I just feel like it's things that are just never going to change because in order for
He kind of has the upper hand more. You're kind of missing Canadian Halloween. It kind of might be about visa run time. I don't know, whatever.
things to change, we would both have to change a lot of things that we're not really that comfortable changing. And
Like you missing Canadian Halloween and also not wanting to do really anything other than what you're already doing.
it's just not going to work out. It's not about like marriage counseling. It's like fundamental cultural differences. Like it's not it's just it's it's we've tried to work it out for like 3 years and it's just not. I mean, there was like a lot of stuff going on behind. I didn't want to make it public, but I feel like I have to because I'm kind of like desperate to just like, figure out like how to go, how to move on and rebuild my life. And I feel like I have to like build from zero. I feel like I have too big of a personality to just be like I don't want to say this without
That's what we can call it. Sure, it's your big personality. That's the problem. Okay.
like hurting anyone's feelings. I feel like I'm just not meant to be like a subservient housewife. Like it's just not my personality. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what the life you want. And it's not Syria because Syria
Well, you just spent the last couple of years trying to convince us that that was your personality, your true calling in life. It's not? Was that a lie? Was that all just an act? Was that a charade? Oh, I'm sorry, she's French Canadian. Was that a charade? Y'all.
traveling here has been such an amazing experience. I've met people that have like impacted my life that are so amazing.
You met people you took advantage of. I hope they got theirs. That's all I can say about that at this point. I hope they got theirs.
So I just, it took me a long time to realize that I'm the type of person that people can scream things to me right in my face and I won't see it unless I realize that myself. I don't feel like I fit in no matter how much I try.
Well, I mean, you don't, but
I don't feel completely comfortable, like in a way. Like I feel comfortable at home right now with him, like in this house, like physical needs, like I'm not too hot. We have water. We have
you have fried chicken Sammys.
we're not living in like abject poverty. It's just that I'm a very, very different than what.
You're very interested in sitting around doing the same thing every day, and he actually wants to have some kind of life. That's what's going on. But, that's fine if that's what it is. Or it's all just a grift. Who can say?
I don't know. I don't even know if I can really explain it. 3-year contract. he likes this life.
Well,
Like, he is
that has been the gossip. Interesting timing.
investing his life in here. And I just, like, I thought, like, eventually we would, like, move on and do other things, but I don't think he really wants that. Like, he
Now, his Canadian dream is dead, so he's had to replace it with what's actually attainable, which is this house in Syria and maybe building some kind of life for himself there. And you are not probably going to be great at fitting into that. I just don't see it working out good. I mean, we've seen how it's gone so far, and it's been going not great.
wants to establish here forever. I feel like eventually, like, my channel will just wither away, and that does make me panic because, like, that's all I really have in life. Like, that might seem sad, but, like, that's all I really have. And I friggin' freak out at the thought of being 100% dependent on any person, especially somebody.
I thought that's what you wanted, though. You wanted him to make all the decisions, and you were just going to hand over the cash and he'd handle life for you. That's why you got dropped off at the mall like a teenager while he went to go do important things. You don't want to do that anymore? Okay.
With, such different views. Yeah, I am Western, yes. you know. And I feel like, obviously when in Rome, like, I have to assimilate. No, I'm not in shambles because it's something I want. you know? Like, I feel.
Or you're just gleefully grifting and it's not real at all. That could be another reason she's not in shambles. Hard to read her face when she's off camera, but when she's on camera, I think she's finally maybe picking up on the fact that she tells on herself a lot, especially when you slow things down and kind of look at her little, I don't know, micro expressions, maybe, whatever you want to call it, the little just snippets of glances here and there that when you stop them, you realize, oh, wait, these two people hate each other. Yeah, I don't know. Just a thought. I'm just brainstorming, just spitballing.
Relief. I think I feel relief. The problem is that, like, I do want to reestablish myself in Canada and go back to, like, beezing and just being myself. Julia, I'm taking with me. If I want to leave, like, sooner than later, I need help. Like, I need to, like, try to raise money because, like, I know you're thinking, well, just have your husband pay. No, like, a whole setting up. I need to, like.
Oh, he ain't gonna pay. I don't think Sala is gonna be too keen on giving her money. He might be keen on getting rid of her, but I don't think he's gonna pay her way back. I don't think that's on his to-do list at all. She can figure that out, or she can sit on the couch and watch him live his own life independent of her until she figures it out. I think that's most likely his attitude. Again, if this is all even true.
Start from scratch. I need, like, first and last month's rent. I need to bring Julia. I don't know how much that's going to cost. I need to, like, even just buy a bed, Like, and I need my airfare. And
Remember when you just bought a bed in Canada not that long ago? Wild if you would have just, like, kept it and stayed there. Wonder how that would have gone. I mean, I'm sure something else in your life would have collapsed after you torched it, and we'd have, some kind of Canadian drama happening.
Just bought a car with cash. And he's already invested his money in, like, I don't want to say what here, but to make sure he can financially support himself. And
he's invested in, I don't want to say what. Okay, don't make it sound fishy at all.
He's not rich. So he cannot, So.
Oh, so much for our perfume mogul.
Just by doing my content and stuff and, saving money, maybe I can get out of here by, like, next. And if, like, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so. I don't know. Otherwise, I'd have to, like, try to raise money. I don't know. Otherwise, if not, then I have to stay longer, but.
Pay me or I'm stuck here. Okay, so you're stuck there for 6 months. I'm sure the Beezers will come in clutch, though. They always do.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, I mean, I can just, like.
They didn't bite on the fall content thing. I'll give them that. They've been a little less receptive to some stuff lately. But listen, they still fell for the grift with the kid. They fell for the grift with the kitten. And, they always fall for a breakup or get me home to Canada grift. That one tends to work without fail. So it honestly wouldn't be surprising if this is just her pulling out the grifter big guns in desperation. You know what always works? When I say I gotta get to Canada, they always want to bring me home to Canada. I'll get something out of them.
Save, but it'll just take longer to leave. Like, I don't know when I can. That's all. There's no embassy here. If my mom started one for me, I don't want to, like, maybe I can ask her. I don't want to, like, bug her too.
No, don't bug your mother with this. Bug your audience with it instead. You went there and now you can't get back. But don't ask your mom about it. Don't go to your mother about this massive personal catastrophe. Go to your audience. That makes sense.
You have to, like, verify. I tried starting one, and, like, they're like, after verifying my identity, they're like, no, because you're in a country with sanctions. Even though I used a VPN, like.
So she tried to get around Syrian sanctions with a VPN to set up a GoFundMe? Good Lord, Chantal.
Yeah, if everyone buys a Cameo, I'll have enough money for sure. I think I would need maybe, like, around 10,000. Or like 8 to 10,000. I don't want to go back to Canada. Yeah, that's the thing.
What are you gonna do? Where else are you gonna go? Come on.
It's really expensive to go back and start from scratch. I don't even have a bed. I don't even have, like, so it kind of sucks. I don't want to go to Thailand.
Oh, Lord, no, I cannot handle another Thailand bees. I swear, if she goes to Thailand, I might finally make videos about Quirky Love Rosie.
Will I stay Muslim? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get home. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I don't know. I'm just really confused right now, like, about everything. About my identity, about my beliefs, about everything. No, I don't want to go to Dubai. It's like Kuwait. All the Gulf countries are the same. It's finished, It's finished. Whenever we were talking about separating, he's like, well, I honestly don't feel this life is for you. You're always complaining about something. Like, we have different fundamental beliefs.
Honestly, fair if true. She is kind of always complaining. I don't think this life is for her.
Beliefs and values. I think I will be happier. And, like, my health is not any better. I don't want to, I need better healthcare, like, more sophisticated healthcare. The healthcare here is good for, like, so yeah. It's not a grift because, like, if I come up with the money myself, it will just take me longer to leave here. And obviously.
How does that not. Whatever. Okay, sure. It's not a grift just because I want the money faster, y'all.
If it was a grift, then it would be a scam, and it's not.
Well, actually, we won't know if it's a grift until you do or don't change your mind. You'll either end up in Canada permanently, and it won't necessarily have been a grift. It will just have been some e-begging. Or you'll change your mind. You'll come on here and say y'all done reconciled and made up and, smoochy. And we'll have to look at some horrible photoshopped PDA or filtered pic of y'all. And then it'll have been a scam. So, TBD, girl.
Because if I raise money to go home, then, I'll be back in Canada using the money for that. I'm not allowed to unprivate my videos right now.
Unprivate them. Come on, let's have it.
So, I think I'll just wait, maybe if I go back, but.
So you think you might, though? Well, there you have it. If she does come back to Canada, there's a chance we might get some unprivated vintage foodie beauty. Wouldn't that be something? The big question all the citizens of Girl World are asking, though, is, of course, is this real? Or is this just another grift to fund yet another visa run, just in time for a traditional Canadian holiday bees? No one knows for sure exactly what the plan is, except for Tweedle me and Tweedle this is my house, bish. But if Chantal does ride the separation arc all the way back to Cornwall, let's just say I wouldn't be surprised if the two scam birds happen to reconcile sometime in the early new year, once all the prezzies from Mama Smee have been distributed and the family food fests have run their course. On the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised if Sala, high on actually being somebody with something now, told her to go kick rocks. He may have backwards romance scammed himself all the way to the war-torn country his family fled from, but it's clear that the relocation to Syria has tipped the scales in King Sleezer's favor in a lot of ways. He may prefer her YouTube money to actually working himself, but he doesn't need her to keep his house like he needed her to keep the 2.5-room luxury shoebox with the bus station view in Kuwait. We've all been saying they're both stuck in a sunk cost fallacy situation type deal as far as the relationship and the possibility of Chantal getting him to Canada. And it could be he's just not willing to sink any more into this plan now that he actually has something worthwhile to his name. Maybe he's come to what little sense he has and recalibrated his life plan. After all, whether it be real love or a romance scam, each person has their own weight to pull in any relationship. And from what I can see, Chantal hasn't held up her end of the deal as a partner or as a patsy. She's useless as an actual spouse and useless as a 90-day fiancé green card grifter. As usual, time will tell and Chantal will tell on herself, so I have no doubt all the cards will soon be revealed. That's all I've got for this one. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think the long game might be here. Like and subscribe if, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
You watched it, didn't you?